They chose their king, their power was met, but we don't answer to Ottawa yet. No crown gave us what we've earned, just dirt and fire and lessons learned. Now the ground it shakes, the steel it groans, and Alberta walks alone. We ride sovereign steel through fire, through frost. We ain't the last, we're the line they lost. Alberta stands, never on its knees. A nation born in the forge of the free. From the rigs to the rails, the crops to the code, we lit their streets, we bore their load. They laughed at pride, they mocked the West, but freedom don't die, it just waits for the test. The cowboys ride, the farmers rise, 5 million strong under open skies. No leash, no lie, no foreign throne. This land is steel and it stands alone. We ride sovereign steel through fire, through frost. We ain't the last, we're the line they lost. Alberta stands.
Welcome. It's 7-Eleven Daily Summary. Sorry, I am late. I am tardy. I'm so excited to be here, but I'm sorry that I was a little bit behind. Oh, what an exciting time to be alive. As I usually say, you are here because it's an extraordinary time. Look at what's happening in the world. remember to be grateful. Remember to look around and take a breath. Make sure to get that sunshine on your face every morning. It really is I keep saying it, I know, but it doesn't fit. I don't know if there's another word that makes it that really fits. It's such an extraordinary time. It's such an historical time in the world, and I'm grateful that you're here. As I've said many times, I am here to document what is going on and to document some of those stories. And no different than last night. And I apologize if you're watching on YouTube. I had a bit of a glitch in my rush to try and get things set up here. It's coming up saying that it's Sonia Sharp still live, but that is not the case. It's not Sonia Sharp. We are not live with Sonia Sharp tonight. This is a different show. This is just going to be me, and I'm going to be talking about some of the things going on. Number one, what is going on in Calgary? If you happen to be paying attention, we've had rupture water main break number two, or numero deux. And obviously, there's a lot of controversy at City Hall, finger pointing, and who's to blame, and what should be done, and how quickly should it be done, and how much is it going to cost. Anyway, that's what we're going through here in Calgary specifically. But the bigger story is Alberta, and Alberta independence is so. I'm on fire. And if you're paying attention, if you're a canvasser, if you want to sign the petition, then you're probably also very excited about this time. It feels very electric. Maybe you can feel it. I certainly do. It's an extraordinary time. And when I look back, and when we look back on this, historical time, we'll look back and say, you know, we were in the beginning stages of this, and there was you know, three massive patriots that you know, with their team, with their army of people, such a grassroots movement out there, going town hall to town hall to town hall many times, over and over and over. There's so many people to appreciate for that, but it's the Albertans that really make that happen, as well as you know, worldwide. There's so many things going on. Excuse me. Iran is in the throes of a revolution. It looks like. Hopefully, it's not just a false flag. And then there's, I mean, every country seems to be going through their own stuff. Ireland, the UK in general, Germany. I mean, I'm sure that they're freezing over there and freezing their seniors and freezing people because they don't have any power. And obviously, Canada is going through its stuff. Venezuela, we have big movement in Venezuela. There's talks about Greenland. Anyway, all of this is sort of on the table tonight. I just wanted to touch base because there's so much going on. The whole reason that I started this nightly project was because of the vast amount of activity in the world. So we're going to get into unscrewing some news right here right away. So I appreciate you being here again. Make sure to get this out there, get some more eyeballs on this information as usual. And I am so grateful that you're here. 2026, Happy New Year. Happy New Year to everybody. 2026, this is the year of the reckoning. And that was Dr. Mary Callie Bowden that brought that phrase to me. And I thought, you know what, that is a perfect way to announce this year. It's the year of the reckoning. Here's another thing that we've got to talk about at some point. In the U.S., they are making some major moves. Donald Trump, whether you like him or not, he is totally based and making moves like we want a libertarian conservative to make moves. I mean, they've now reduced the childhood vaccine schedule from 72 to 11. 72 to 11. That is phenomenal. Obviously, that's going to be ground shaking as far as the pharmaceutical companies are concerned. There's so much more to talk about. I'm going to get into unscrewing some news, but I always want to say thank you to my family, my friends, my circle of influence, the people that really have shaped me and you in that process. Unscrew the News wouldn't have been here without the challenges that we faced during the dark times. So I appreciate that. But this is a critical time, and I think that we're going to be going through some stuff financially. My suggestion is to have your family hold gold and silver to protect your wealth. I am not your financial advisor, but I do suggest calling Nugget Stacker. Go through my website at unscrewthenews.com. You know what? I'm going to bring it up here right now. We're gonna go right to it. I'm going to show you my website so that you can see, and we will just go here and show you. All right, you scroll down to Unscrew the News. Go to Nugget Stacker logo right here. Click on it, and it'll give you, because of the price of everything, we had to scale back the discount because there's not a lot of overhead on that. But you'll get 0.25% off your first purchase. I suggest getting as much as you can. Hold it in your hand. You do not want the paper contracts. Those are basically IOUs, and when the shit hits the fan, you're going to be wanting to have your gold and silver in your hand. What are we at right now? Silver, my favorite to talk about, is $111 per ounce. That's Canadian. That's near $80 an ounce US. And gold right now is $6,274 per ounce Canadian. That is astronomical if you haven't been paying attention to where that's at. All right, I am going to get back to this, but so Unscrew the News. Go right to the website. You can find Nugget Snacker there. But if you have any questions, certainly give them a call 1-866-644-2121. They are quick to answer your questions and very, very service oriented. You can have it delivered anywhere in Canada. If you order something over $600, they'll have it delivered for free. All right, so we're going to get into unscrewing some news as usual. From the heart of the battle-ready nation of Alberta, we bring you truth and optimism. Our goal is to break free, everyone, break free from the media and globalist mind control. This is January 9th, 2026. I cannot believe it's 26 years after the year 2000. And this is episode number 250. I called this one Alberta Sovereignists Are Lit. There is so much going on. I'm going to show this here in a bit, but you know what I want to show you even more so is the bookmarks on Alberta. Check this out. So in case you haven't been paying attention, the town halls, like I've been saying, are absolutely jam-packed. Take a look. I don't know which room this is, but this might have been Bicycle. No, this is in Edmonton, actually. I think that was the Edmonton one where the canvassers were learning, going through their training. This one was from, I think this one was in Bicycle. But check out the amount of people. There's a huge lineup to sign the petitions. What did Jeff Rath say here? He said, for all the haters making fun of all the gray hair in Alberta independence rallies, you should see all of the families rolling in to sign with their 18-year-old kids. We have 3 generations lining up at canvassing tables together, parents coming in with their kids to watch mom and dad sign what they are calling the Alberta Declaration of Independence. It is so fantastic to see. Oh yeah, that was Bicycle. Oh, let me see here. This was interesting. This is from Yukon Strong. This is a poll from Juno News, I believe it was. The poll found 42% of Albertans aged 18 to 34 supported the province becoming an independent country, a 15-point increase since 2023. We don't want to give too much credence to these polls anyway, but again, this is in Edmonton. Lots of events. I'm going to go back to the event sort of chart and schedule. You know what? That reminds me. This guy right here, freedomcalendar.net, has a great resource if you're looking for all of the events. I'm just going to pull it up and see if he has it right here. Give me 1 second while I pull this up and see if I can share this with you. This is it right here, actually. This is his website. And important events, I guess that's where it would be, but I'm not seeing it. Freedom Calendar channel. I thought there was a resource with all of the locations. Here we are. Donate live. I don't want live. What I want is, oh, there's Bonnieville. So all of the events. So anyway, just a resource that you can take a look at, obviously. Oh, sorry, I gotta go back to sharing my screen here. 1 moment. Let's see, share. Anyway, I was going through the events here. Oh yeah, we do need to pay attention to these rascals. This is the Alberta Radio. This was in Didsbury. Check that out. Absolutely jam-packed. And it's like that every night now. And it is just phenomenal to see. Phenomenal. I'm looking for, I thought there was a list. Yes, right here. Right here, right here, right here. Stay free, Alberta. This is the sign the petition in person. And here is a list of a couple of things. So I'm just going to read these off here. So tomorrow, that's January 10th. And January 10th. So this is going to be at Legacy Center from 1 to 7. You can go and sign. Cork's store, that looks like it's in Vulcan at 7 p.m. You can go there and sign. Queensland Community Center, this is in Calgary, so in the southeast end of Calgary. Looks like 7 p.m. is the time that you can go and sign the petition. Also, the Quality Hotel and Conference Center in Fort McMurray, you can go there, and that's tomorrow at 7:30 to sign the petition in person. Anyway, you can probably look up. Let's just look at Stay Free Alberta on their on the X profile. We should be able to see. You know what? They have a website as well, so I'm going to pull that up. Obviously, more information in here. Get to be a canvasser. Get out there, sign the petition, get all your friends, your family, and go together, whatever you have to do, and get these petitions signed. We need about 1 million people so that even if there's any funny business with the Thomas Lukazics and whatnots, then we don't have to worry, because we hopefully will have all of that covered by getting 1 million people out, right? Anyway, I wanted to go through. So let me see if I'm going to go through some more of this here. This is another list. Did you donate yet? If you haven't donated, get out there and donate. This girl was good. And then we've got all kinds of stuff going on. I'm going to go back to all of my bookmarks. Holy smokes. If you haven't been noticing, you should see what's happening in the city of Calgary as far as the flooding. There's so much controversy around it. I don't know if this is true, but this is exciting here. I'm going to pull this one up here. This is pastors being freed in Venezuela. Obviously, that would be wonderful to see. But we are seeing this all around the world, you know, more and more events. Greenland. Okay, what do you think about Greenland? What do you think about Trump and Greenland? I'm not sure if I'm absolutely positive that I have a solid understanding what's going on here, but we are focused on Calgary right now. So I am going to go back to this. This is from QTSCIG. I just don't know what that means, so maybe you can tell me. Always love to have your comments, your questions, or your complaints even. So you can reach me, obviously, through all of my platforms, which is on X, Rumble, YouTube. I'm on Substack Live. I'm on BitChute Live. I'll be on yournews.com live. This is pretty interesting. If you haven't had a chance to go through the report, the independent report, it's pretty damning, but I think that they're reserved, by, not biting the hand that fed them, because obviously they were paid well to do this report. But wow, review panel chair, deeply disappointed with Calgary City Council. Let's talk about this for a second. Says doing nothing until February 3rd repeats the very pattern that contributed to the water crisis, when urgent and near-term actions that are critical to public safety and system reliability are needed. So what they're referring to is, after the panel was finished, they spent, I think it was a 24-hour kind of, over 2 days. They had long meetings, going through the report, asking questions. And then the council has decided to go away and then come back and meet, not until February 3rd, to have a plan to actually deal with this. And so the chair, which is, this person that's right here, I think his name was Sigrid um, had said that he was very disappointed, which, as Calgarians, we should be pissed. You should be pissed, first of all. Sort of the summary of this is that, what, I'm going to go to Calgary bookmarks here 1 second because I've got them all under here. Is that essentially for 20 years, the money that was meant to go to maintenance wasn't going to the maintenance of the line at all. Peter McCaffrey thought this was a good picture, a good meme, I guess. When you realize you're going to have to spend the next 4 years dealing with the things that are actually municipal jurisdiction instead of all the pet project you wanted to push, like Nenshi got to. Oh, you mean like rainbow crossings or something, like some bullshit like that? All right, here's Calgary recall. Report summary in layman's terms. There was more than adequate funds for all 20 years to maintain, fix, but admin didn't do the work. There is the expertise to do the work, but admin didn't. Risks were known, but admin didn't do the work. Mid to low level staff wanted to do the work. I'm going to go back and we're going to go on here. Let me see here. Oh, I thought that was one of, but it doesn't seem to be go on from there. Let's see here. For low years, deconstruct word salad. Yes, the panel chair was Siegfried Kiefer. This is from Ian Dobson. Panel chair Siegfried Kiefer. I would not lay blame at the foot of any one individual or any one era of councils. The plan is to fix unaccountability by remaining unaccountable, right? They certainly don't want to point fingers and have somebody fired. We need to have some firings. There needs to be massive, massive firings at the city hall. And they need to be a clean sweep, I think, of administration. So, because I believe that they're wagging the dog. I mean, they're the tail, and they're certainly telling, I think, for the most part, what council should be up to. All right. Smarten up YYC. Many people at the city were frustrated with the reorg, which took more than twice as long as planned to implement and created multiple redundancies in decision making. This is all on Duckworth. It's not just at water utility, it's across the entire corporation. I agree completely.
A large part of that is that a lot of the cities.
Landon has really stepped up. Landon, if you're listening, good work. It really is admirable. And then I think it's Rob Ward beside him, fantastic as well. Certainly coming out of the woodwork to ask the hard questions. Let's listen to Landon here for a second.
Demanding responsibility for this. A large part of that is that the administration takes responsibility for a lot of what you have outlined in your report. What level of responsibility would you expect admin to accept for what you found in this report?
I think ultimately administration has to be held accountable for where we're at. Now, this is a problem that has been created over the past 21 years.
Well, he danced around that question, didn't he? Or he danced around the answer. Okay. You know what? So much is wrong at the city. You know, when this all came up, obviously we're all unhappy. And the lack of trust, I think, is what we're seeing when, they're up there begging you to stop flushing in the toilet. And it's a lack of trust that makes you and many others in the city of Calgary and the 1.5 million of us hesitant to follow the whinings of these bureaucrats. And especially after Jody Gondek was up there every night, wagging her finger at Calgarians and telling them what they should do. You know what I started to do? I started to look at other useless policies, useless organizations in the city and their programs. These are our programs, by the way. You're funding all of this garbage. What I started to look at was the climate and environmental management. And I've got the papers right here with me. You can hear this is real paper here, folks, not the pretend paper. This isn't AI. And I'm going to read this to you because, I started thinking about the Jody Gondek climate emergency on the first day of 2021, their first day of business, and really arm twisting all of the new counselors into voting for this without having any prior knowledge or understanding. They were really, they were going through the dark times of COVID bullshit. So they probably felt like they didn't have much of a choice. And, speaking with Sonia Sharp last night, I got the feeling that that was probably the case. Anyway, just in case you didn't notice or know this, but at the City of Calgary, your tax dollars are going to the Climate and Environmental Management Department. $10 million at least per year is going to this whole department of people. I don't really know how many people are there. But they're obviously trying to change the weather. They think that they can change the weather because probably Jody Gondek and Duckworth, that magical engineer, think that you should be able to adjust the weather by throwing $10 million at it per year. And I'm sure there's a bunch of people producing reports and telling us, let's see, let's take a look. I'm sure that it's about racism. I'm sure that we're going to solve climate and environmental management by fixing racism in the city. Climate and environmental management provides leadership, strategies, programs, and support plan for and manage climate and environmental issues, risks, opportunities, trends associated with the delivery of public services. Climate action aims to reduce the impacts of severe climate events on infrastructure, people, and nature, reduce greenhouse gas emissions. You mean carbon, the carbon from you breathing out, carbon, which is actually good for the environment, good for plants, because plants like carbon. Environmental sustainability aims to protect, reduce our impact on the land, air, and water resources to ensure quality of life, human and ecological health. We identify, assess, and manage contamination risks of city-owned land to protect human health and the natural environment, as if. Jeez, this is ridiculous. Anyway, I did find one that, okay, so there's 3 programs that I pulled up that I wanted to highlight. One of the other ones is social programs. And obviously that has a lot to do with how racist you all are. And we spent $31 million on these social programs, but we've seen, other incidences. This is probably not really, doing a lot. Let me see if I can just highlight something here for you. They're going to contribute, your $31 million, contribute to inclusive communities, promote social, mental, and physical well-being of Calgarians. We give Calgarians skills to build social resiliency and the supports they need to thrive. We leverage funds from other orders of government and private foundations through contractual agreements and collaborative partnerships. It already sounds like a bunch of bunk. All right, now the other one was community strategies. We only spend $16 million on this per year. Community strategies creates, implements policy, strategies, action plans, and funding frameworks for community partners, nonprofit social service providers, city services, and the public. The outputs are used to advance the well-being and safety of communities to make Calgary a great city for everyone. We take a holistic view of addressing complex problems and emerging issues that impact the social well-being of our community. We work for all Calgarians and to create equitable outcomes, enhance safety, address mental health challenges, and remove systematic racism. Are you feeling safer? Are you feeling like this is 10, this is 26, 26 and 30, so this is $57 million. Does that feel like it's really, really, I'm not giving it obviously all of the great work that they're doing, but I can't imagine that we need to spend, 31 million, 10 million, 16 million on this word salad department. And if you don't like spending, $57 million per year or more, I'm sure, because there's a ton of DEI projects. We're not hiring based on merit at the City of Calgary. We're hiring based on your sexual preference, your skin color, and where you fit in the hierarchical pyramid of victimhood. That's what they're hiring based on. All right, what else do we want to talk about? I wanted to talk about what are we at here? We're looking at the Calgary. I want to go back to Alberta, and okay, I'm gonna say it again. We got to get out there. You got to sign the petitions. You got to get your friends, your family. Everybody needs to get out there. You need to donate if you can. Donate, donate, donate. They need to raise money so that we can go ahead and push this forward. I think that the maximum that you're allowed to have for this campaign is $560,000. So it's in the scheme of things, it's not a lot, but we have a very short window here. We only have 4 months, so up until May 2nd, but we need to get these things rolling now so that we can really maximize our opportunity. And again, don't forget that this is for the betterment of your children's world, right? This is what we're leaving, the legacy that we're leaving to our children's children, and for many, many, many centuries, many, many generations to come. All right, that was an interesting little thing that I pulled up. I'm going to pull this one up from, I think he was just sharing it from the Whistle Stop. Alberta's fiscal case for independence, a detailed look. This is a great thing to have on hand when you want to talk to friends and family. Also, don't be controversial. Don't be in somebody's face when you're trying to talk to them about this, because what we're doing, what we're trying to accomplish is going to help all Albertans, whether they don't see it today. They're not necessarily on board today, but it's still going to be beneficial to all Albertans. It's going to make your, essentially double your wages. You're going to have, within 5 years, the plan is to have no income tax, and a consumption tax would be the only thing. So that's really straight across even. So everybody's paying the same amount. No, they're not paying the same amount. They're paying based on, consumption. So anyway, this is a great forum that you can take, and oh my God, you've got to be, I hope, if you're in the Calgary area or if you're in Alberta in general, I hope that you can make it to January 26th at the BMO Center indoor Alberta Independence Rally. It is going to be fantastic. We're obviously going to be able to sign the petition. You can probably sign up to be a canvasser if you want to, volunteer any other way that you can. And this is going to be a great event. Oh, here's another thing that you can take a look at here. These dates are, some of them have already passed. This one on Bicycle is already gone, but this is a great calendar to take advantage and get out to one of the live events. Get out to meet your neighbors. This is critical as well. We've got to be, engaging with your community. All right. I've said my piece about the city and, their water issues and their overspending and their out of control administration. I believe that we need to have some serious firings going on there so that we can regain the trust of Calgarians and this water issue doesn't, get solved overnight. I think that Jeremy Farkas might be doing a better job, certainly than the previous mayor. But we certainly want good, clean drinking water for everyone in Calgary. And I think I've talked about it before, and I know I've talked about it before. But one of the other issues that we've got to deal with as far as this, as far as our water, is the asbestos cement pipes. I'm going to bring it up again, but I'm going to have Julian back on, and we're going to talk about this. But there is, at least in the city of Calgary, at least 67 kilometers of this asbestos cement pipe. If you want to look it up, if you want to do the research, it's called the asbestos cement pipe. There's 67 kilometers that we know of in the southeast quadrant of Calgary. And these are water pipes. They are at the end of their lifespan. And quite potentially, we've seen it. There's evidence of it in Regina. There's evidence of it in other jurisdictions around the world, where this pipe is eroding essentially, and these asbestos fibers are just flowing into water. And at the time, when asbestos was thought to be this miracle fiber, there was this big push to use this asbestos cement piping, and we have lots of it here in Alberta. Anyway, you should look it up. Check out asbestos in water, Julian Branch, and you can look at all of the information. There's some great reports that he's got in here. Anyway, we have been trying to get councillors and mayors and people that matter to pay attention to this. They are not, and this is, I think, perhaps a big issue in regard to our health, in regard to our water supply, and another big cost that I think is necessary. It is definitely past due as far as the lifespan of these pipes. These are now over 50 years in many places throughout the city, and they've been shown to fall apart. Anyway, I'm not going to go on much more about that, but I do want everyone to get on board. If you are for Alberta independence, your sovereignty, catch the light wave. These canvassers and other people that are coming out to the events, it's so electric. I'm looking forward to getting out to an event myself, and it should be a lot of fun. Anyway, we have an event. So there's a bunch of people getting together tomorrow night. I'm looking forward to seeing some of these people that we meet online, and a great group of people. So I won't be on tomorrow night. That'll be January 10th. Let me see. Jason Levine has an event in Red Deer tomorrow. Let me see if I can. I don't know if I can pull that up. Let's just take a quick look here. Jason Levine has an event called Fundamental Truths, and a great lineup of speakers. That'll be tomorrow from 1 until 7. Get your tickets. It looks like they still probably have tickets at the door. Dr. Jack Mintz, Leighton Gray, Mia Hughes, John Carpe, Bath Sheba, Bruce Party, Sean Buckley, and Teresa Buckley. There's probably more, but if you can make it to the event in Red Deer, that should be a fantastic event. Anyway, there's so much going on. Like I said, this is so electric, and the energy is just palpable. I hope that you're jumping in and getting your family involved. This is our time here, Alberta. There's the light is growing dim in many parts of the world, Canada included. And we have an opportunity here in Alberta. And I hope that you're paying attention. I know that you are. If you're watching this, you're paying attention. So I appreciate you. Anyway, so I want to say goodnight. I want to say thank you so much for participating in the sovereignty of Alberta, the independence movement, and making the world a better place with me. So thank you very much. Make sure to share this out. Get more eyeballs on this information. As usual, let's stay sane together. Keep your head on a swivel. God bless. This is Bruce, and I'm out of here.
Thank you so much for watching Unscrew the News. I appreciate your participation in freedom in Canada. Share this information and help others to wake up. God bless.